What's the word? What's the word? What's the word, y'all? I gotta start making this daily. Y'all. It's gonna start being a daily thing. We bringing breakfast with the champ over here immediately. Jose, what up? Jose, what up? My guy Jose, what's the word? Let me share this out. I think I just shared it. Let me share it some more. Shout out to everybody in there. We're gonna take a second to let the chat build up. I mean, there we go. Shout out to everybody here. I feel like I've been neglecting my YouTube family. I'm gonna be on here daily from now on, y'all. I gotta get a concrete time. It might be 5 o'clock. I might do 5 o'clock every day. You know what I mean? Because my mornings be tied up. Phil, what up? My mornings be tied up. Let me put out a tweet too, so I could cover all grounds. Because right now, being that, in battle rap, 2 weeks that you miss is like 2 years. Eric not better than me. Okay. Got you. Heard you. Okay, cool. Facts. Got to get to it. So, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot I got to cover. Right now, I'm trying to get the champion list. Somebody send me top 10 Coty list. Nate, what up? Yo, everybody that's in there, like, share, and subscribe, please, if you haven't already. Like, share, and subscribe, please. Let's get as many people in there as we can, y'all. I'm going to start announcing my live streams, too. I don't even be announcing them. I just be popping on, going on live, saying, fuck it. These might not even be hot topics. I need to figure out what else is going on. But shit, in the meantime, we're going to cook up. We're going to talk about it. I'll be liking 100 people in there and more before I really start cooking up. But it might be a little slow, so we might just have to go and then pull up after. Yo, for everybody in there, what's the top 5? What's the top 5 Coty list? Who is the top 5? I know Big K won. Run me down the other 4 people. If you can, run me down the other 4 people, y'all. I know Big K is 1. I know Chef Trez is 3. Who's the other people on that list? Okay, boom, I got it. Who the fuck is number 2? Nigga said Big K, Big K, and wasn't close. This nigga's crazy. Oh, Twerk number 2, Big K number 1. Okay, I got it. Dr. Doom, what up? I got the list. All right, we're gonna get into that after. Let's do it in chronological order of how I made the headline. Shout out to everybody that's new here. Make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it out, turn on the notifications so you get it every time I go live. I'm gonna start going live more on YouTube. For the last 4 years, I was on Caffeine. My deal and my situation with them ended, so now I'm gonna be on YouTube. I've been on YouTube, but I'm saying I'm gonna go live on YouTube now, like way more often. Go to the website. I got on the hoodie right now. Go to dnagmdw.com right now. Get your official Get Money and Drink Water merch. If you haven't already, tap into it now. For the people that's in the comments, before I give y'all my thought process on this, what is y'all thought process on Joe Budden's comments? Talk to me. Joe Budden's went on a little, He went on a little, I wouldn't call it rant, but he did a PSA after Smack said there's no more money here. So my last video was about Smack saying there's no more money. I want to continue off on that, even if I'm late, because I'm late, but I know that. What are y'all thoughts on Joe Budden's comments that he said there's no more money in battle rap? I watched Chilla Jones' video too. He had an interesting perspective on it too. Shout out to Chilla. Slime A said Joe was right. Why you think he was right, Slime? What up? Happy New Year. I ain't talked to you in a minute. What's up, DNA? It's hard to catch a live. I'll be working on before that. Black, I appreciate that, bro. That's love, bro. That's love. That's love. I appreciate that to the fullest. That's love, brother. Thank you. Alfalfa, what up? What's the word, my guy? Right now, for the people that's just coming in alive, we talking. I'm late to the party. I know that. I had a lot going on. I've been busy. But I'm asking about Joe Budden's comments on battle rap because he did like a PSA talking about the money in battle rap. Ace said he was right. Big Body Cam Network said he always keeps it a buck. I'm trying to figure out what about his statement made y'all think it was right though. And Poet said Joe Budden always been a hater. Okay. So yeah, now we getting a little bit of, you know what I mean? We're getting a little bit of mixed reviews now, man. Now we got one person saying, "Nah, me and homie's a hater." I just want to know y'all thoughts before I give mine, because I got how I feel about it. You know what I mean? I got how I feel about it. I disagree with Joe. All right, Black, why do you disagree? Because I asked Slime H, why does he agree? I'm waiting for him to chime in. And I forgot exactly what he said. You remember? He basically was saying, like, smacking them, go out on a limb for battle rappers. You know, battle rappers got to stop begging. Battle rappers don't do nothing outside of battle rap. We not worth the money we be asking for. Yeah, that type of shit. That was like the summary of the conversation. Battle rappers got to stop begging. We don't deserve the money that we asking for. We don't do that much outside of battle rap. And we liabilities and smack. You know what I mean? Like, basically, he agrees with Smack. So my stance on it is, I got great memory. So I remember a couple years ago, Joe Budden was saying the total opposite. He was saying that battle rappers should be paid more, that they shouldn't just have the battles on the app. He was singing a different tune. So it's, you know, it makes me laugh to know that he just did a whole 180. But if you honestly ask me, it's what I said in my last video. I feel like it's a gray area. I'm an objective person, so I'm not going to disagree with everything that he said, the context that he said it in, how he said it. I don't necessarily agree with that. But the overall message, because that's what I listen to when I hear people talk, the overall message of what he was saying wasn't too far off, aside from a couple of things. One, I don't think battle rappers are begging. I mean, at least from my knowledge. I feel like it should be a common ground and a certain understanding. And I said this before. I didn't say it in my last video, but I'm going to say it now. When you have such an entity like battle rap, even though battle rap does not have, even though battle rap does not have the same outlets that the NBA have and all these other things, it is a big market. So I feel like when you have anything that's a big market and then you have a bunch of people that are not happy with what they're getting paid, and there's certain fans that are chime in and don't know what battle rappers are getting paid, but somehow they formulate opinions on who's right and who's wrong. I think moving forward, the system to make battle rap go more efficiently is to be totally transparent. When an NBA player gets a certain contract, that contract is posted all over. Everybody knows what James Harden makes. Everyone knows what Kyrie Irving makes. Everybody knows what Kevin Durant makes. Everybody knows what LeBron James makes. And if you don't know, you can look this up. And the reason why I'm saying that needs to be put out there, because at that point, when you see what somebody's actually making, then you'll be able to say, oh, well, you got paid this, so why are you complaining about that? if they gave you this and you blew your money or you did whatever you did with it, look what this deal is worth for this many battles. Therefore, it's transparent. It's no more, I think he got that, or he said he got that, or he said he did that, or he said he got that. Like, I feel like it has to be transparent. Body Cam Network. You can't go off of that. Like what you're saying right now, you're distracted from the topic that I'm on, but that has nothing to do with it, bro. I go live on multiple platforms. Some days I have 3,000 people, 4,000 people. Some days I'll have under 100. That varies depending on what I'm talking about, what I'm doing, the time I went on, how much I promoted it. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. But back to my subject matter. Right now, I went on at 5 o'clock. It's traffic. People are getting off from work. This is an unscheduled live. Last time I went live, I had 500 people in. So no, one matters about nothing. Real Rap 84, what's going on? Thank you. I appreciate it. But what I was saying was the transparency. And I didn't just mean showing people's money and contracts. That's one level of it. The other level of it is when battle rappers are asking for a certain amount of money, it should be transparent on what you're bringing in. When companies deal with the type of money that we dealing with, analytics need to be shown. Whether those analytics prove why battle rapper wants that type of money, or those analytics prove why battle rapper shouldn't get that money. But analytics should not be hid, because I feel like that would be a good term of negotiation for both parties. If I'm looking at how many people pull up when I'm watching a certain battle, or we're going based off of my views, or we're going based off of my ticket sales, however that system is figured out, it would be a lot easier to say, well, then this person should get this, and it would be a better negotiation tactic at that point. Everything is being negotiated blindly. Therefore, you get into a gray area of, you're not worth this, but how do I know I'm not worth this? And I'm hearing this person got that, so I think I'm worth this, or I'm going based off of my views or based off of my Instagram followers, so I feel like I'm worth this. It's no transparency. Nobody knows what they're really worth because nobody's being shown the analytics. So therefore, how do I formulate what am I worth? Based on someone else telling me? That's very hard to bargain. It's very hard for you to tell me what I'm worth and me believe it based on what you're telling me. We need to see proof. Therefore, that's why I said analytics, everything needs to be transparent. Because at that point, we'll literally find out what everybody's worth. Now, if you ask me, when we find that out, a lot of people are not going to like what they find out. I can tell you that much. But I feel like at that point, it's no longer an argument. You can't number. What do they always say? Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. But I feel like everything should be factored in. Your following should be factored in. Your viewership on battle should be factored in. The pay-per-view sales, the ticket sales, the analytics on caffeine of how many people are watching when you're battling. All that counts too. And all of that should be formulated along with obviously what you do in the ring. And then that's how we should come to the number. The number is just generated based on, today I woke up, I feel like I'm 150. I did this, I did that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Give me 50. And they'll feel like, well, the budget don't have that, or boom, boom, boom. But none of it, it's all just based on how people are waking up. It has to be a more structured and organized system. Therefore, for someone to confidently say that, when Joe Budden is saying battle rappers are not worth what they're worth, how do you know that when it's not proven? And who should just take your word saying that? I'm saying prove it. And I'm also saying when it's proven, a lot of people are not going to be happy with what's proven. But at that point, there's nothing to argue. Up until the numbers get shown and everything is transparent, it's always a what if. And a what if means I could think this way, you could think this way. But until we have a concrete plan on how is it on how this is being operated, nobody's wrong for how they feel. That's how I honestly feel. I don't feel like nobody's wrong for asking what they want, because what are you going off of? You're going off of your following, you're going off of your name, and some people go off of what they heard somebody else got. Well, shit, if I got as many followers as him or more, and I won my last 5 battles and he lost his last 2, why is he getting it? It was never no structure in the company that it was also no structure where it was like, this is the system, this is our paying system. You get what I'm saying? Every other company, they have a paying system. You get paid this much based on this, or we're going off of this to pay people. In battle rap overall, not just URL, in battle rap in general, the way people pay people is all like up to the beholder. Nobody really knows. Are you paying him because he's been around since the beginning? Are you paying him because he has 1 million followers? Are you paying him that much because he won his last 2 battles? Are you paying him because he did this? Like, nobody knows. Jerron, I mean, you could watch Raw, bro. I didn't want to stop you. Get busy. Let me know what happens. I'm just saying it needs to be laid out. Like, anytime you lay out something and it's there for you to observe, it's a much clearer understanding. That's the clearest form of communication, putting it on paper. So everybody that gets paid, it should be generated while this person is getting this amount of money, or while this person can't get this amount of money, because then it doesn't leave people to just have the thought of, well, I want this amount of money because I did this, I did that. No, we base our money off of this: ticket sales, pay-per-view sales. How many followers do you have? What is your view count? All of that. And then we factor in your battles, and it should be listed on how much each factors in, and then a number should be shown to say, this is how we got to this number. I think that's fair. I think at that point, no one could argue. Up until that, nobody's wrong, but nobody's right either. So you can't say, oh, well, he's wrong for wanting this amount of money, but you're not showing me why he's not worth it. And they're not wrong for saying that this money's not coming back, but we got to prove it. We got to see where's, okay, that's boom. And I think transparency leads to better communication moving forward, which therefore leads, even if someone is not happy with the outcome, they can't argue it. Why do I think they hide the numbers? I don't think they hide the numbers. I don't think nobody asks. I don't think, and including myself, I don't think battle rappers go about it in a business sense, because you wouldn't know if they're hiding something or if they don't want to show something until they were asked about it. Not enough people said, okay, well, because I'm going to be honest with you, they could turn them numbers in and your 50 could turn into 20. That's why I said a lot of people might not be happy when they start showing them numbers. So sometimes it might be best just to take what they're offering, because Joe Budden and them could be right about certain people are not worth it, but then certain people are not getting what they're worth. That's why everything should be transparent overall, and you shouldn't be scared to bet on yourself. That's why I'm saying everybody should want to know. At the end of the day, even if it's a ego blow, if it's a pride blow that you thought you was bigger than what you are, at least now you know. Now you know the work you need to do. Now you know how you should generate it to do it. I believe that's how it should be operating. Like, I heard back in the day, Hollow the Don was the #1 ticket seller. But now think about if Hollow the Don requested at this time period that he was the #1 ticket seller, to see those numbers, how much more money he should have been asking for. Or he could have been getting the money that he deserved because he is the #1 ticket seller. But I'm saying, if you're not communicating and it's not full transparency, it is all left to the eye of the beholder. The league is not wrong for saying there's no return on investment, and the battle rapper is not wrong for saying, I feel like y'all getting more than what y'all getting. Let's prove it. But I'm telling y'all, once it's proven, it's gonna shake shit up. But at that point, nobody's hiding, because everybody has this allure that this is being tucked, that's being tucked, this is being tucked, that's being hidden, this is really being made, this is going boom. All right. If we're going to move forward and make this culture better, everybody needs to be transparent. Nobody should be trying to pull the wool over anybody's eye. We should all be at the front table like men, like the businessmen that we should conduct ourselves, because this is a business, and let's see what's put on the table. And then let's operate based on that. It's just like before when they offered to give you the money off of your battles with royalties instead of the upfront pay. Like, and I do, and y'all know this now, I can only give y'all what I learned. So what I've learned, and that's the whole thing too. Anytime when I said I'm taking this vacation off battle rap, aside from me being financially able to do what I want to do, it's also learning. I also like to learn and then come back with things, because when you experience new endeavors in life, you educate yourself in the fields that you weren't familiar in and in the fields that you are familiar in, because now you're dealing with other things, whether it be just experience in life or another business that is a sub business to the overall business, which is the music industry, which the battle rap industry falls in that. I say all that to say is, when I'm getting these song placements, when I'm getting these checks for ghostwriting music and all that on the TV shows, I get paid twice. I get upfront money, and then I get residuals, which are royalties, which you get every quarter. So my whole thing is, it's all about what you ask for and what you negotiate. But a lot of battle rappers, Alejandro, what up, bro? I met you at I remember you saying you was at NYU. So I definitely remember you. What I'm saying is, and this is the part that I could agree with Joe Budden, because I'm a fair guy. Well, you know what I mean? He's one of my favorites or not. I listen to the truth and I listen to the message, no matter who's saying it. That's how you're able to, be more intelligent. So what I will say is correct is, I wouldn't say it's the word begging. I would say it's the word of being vulnerable. Battle rappers are too vulnerable. Everybody's so, and I was like this too when I was gambling. But, I stopped gambling and I got myself into other things so I could stop being this vulnerable. But when you're that vulnerable and you're willing to take up all that upfront money, you're not even seeing what the back money looks like. The back money might be bullshit, but I think everybody should take a chance on themselves and find out what it is before you just start saying, oh, they're caking up. Let's explore all options. Let's say this battle don't give me 50. Give me 20, but for the next 10 years, I want 30% of what it does on YouTube, and I want a YouTube drop. Then you'll get, or 5 years, whatever you want to do, and then you'll find out, okay, well, if in these 5 years, when I took the 20 up front, did I make more than 50 in the long run, or should I have taken the 50 after? It's all trial and error. That's the only way you're going to figure this out. And my whole thing is, you're allowed to see the numbers. Anytime you do business with anybody, you're allowed to see the numbers. So my whole thing is, ask to see the numbers. I get paid on YouTube, so I know what that shit really looks like. But I don't want to sit here and tell people, because then they'll just think, oh, you're agreeing with you. So I think everybody should explore it and do it and understand. And then you'll understand why, right? If you don't like what's being done, we all got the ball to be put in our court. When I want to do something, I don't know about y'all. When I want to do something and my mind is made up to it, nobody can stop me. I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm going to either, it's two things that's going to happen. I'm going to let somebody else pay me and they get to tell me what I'm worth, or I take the risk and find out what I'm worth or what I could be worth. Think about that. Either I'm going to take the money from somebody else and let them tell me what I'm worth, or I'm going to take my own risk and find out what I'm worth or how much I could be worth. And the reason why I say that is because when you first might take the risk, you might not be worth what you thought you was worth, but guess what? Now you can work your way up to be worth that, because you're putting in the time and effort. You're building your own brand. You're building your own company. You're building your own entity. And then you'll find out, like, oh shit, I thought it was this. It's not. This is how it's really done. But now I'm doing this. And then boom, next thing you know, you done turn into something bigger than you actually were by allowing somebody else to tell you what you're worth. But the moment you keep allowing someone else to tell you what you're worth, you can't argue when you're not taking the risk. That's what I'm saying. You can argue, but it's so much you can argue when you're not putting everything into play, seeing everything it takes to do it. I give y'all a prime example, right? I do the Halloween Havoc event. When I first do this Halloween Havoc event, nobody else has a date to do a pay-per-view. That's why I picked the date. I said, boom, we're going to do October 29th. Nobody else got an event. Boom, this is a perfect weekend to do the event. It's wrestling bars. I don't want to compete with URL. I don't want to compete with ARP. I'm not trying to compete with Remy. I'm just trying to do a little something to switch the shit up. Boom, let's do it. Next thing you know, EK does an event the same weekend. John does the event the same weekend. Did they do it intentionally to sabotage my event? No. But it's a battle rap weekend. They put a card together. They're doing it. Guess what? Now that's something I got to worry about with the promotion. I promote the event. The event is going fine. My mom passes away. Now I got to think of, do I push this event back because my mom passed away, and then have a bunch of people that rightfully so could be like, well, you scheduled it for this day, and now I got this coming up, so now I'm gonna need more to do this. So now I gotta say, I don't even want to deal with that. Let's keep the event the same day, because I don't want to deal with IOUs and I got you DNA because I know what happened. But now you can care about the passing of my mom all you want, but you got bills and you got life happening. And I did say it's this day, and business is black and white. Now I got to worry about that. Now when I'm throwing this event, I also got to worry about, because EK threw an event and John threw an event, now people got battles on that card that's on my card, but it was booked on my card first. And in my business aspect, I'm not thinking they're going to take another battle, but they can, because I don't got no paperwork or a contract that says you can't take another battle within the days of my event. Now I got to worry about people making it, landing, getting there on time. The weather's messed up. It's a time difference because the other events is on the West Coast. I'm in Jersey on the East Coast. Then I got to worry about them coming prepared and not choking. Then I got to worry about, at the beginning, I said it's no door because I wanted to kill off pay-per-view, but now it's 3 pay-per-views. But now if I go, I am doing the door. Now my negotiation tactic is all out the window, because I told every battle rap on the card there's no door. So that's why I negotiated the price that I negotiated with them. Do you see the risk that's all happening? This is just one little wrestling event I put together. Now think about a league that does that all the time. I just named y'all, and all this shit is real. This is not hypothetical. This is literally what happened. Then the stream messes up. Event starts late. Then Don's flight keeps getting delayed. We stuck behind a battle, and we got to just start talking and overdo the time. Then the stream goes out on Chess and Danny Myers battle, and now a bunch of people like, I missed the battle. So because it was 2 other events that weekend, because when I first started negotiating with no door, and because it was a wrestling bar event that's not regular battle rap, I lost. I wound up breaking even when I dropped it on YouTube. But guess what? I would do it all over again. You know why? Because I bet on myself. I took the risk on myself. And the good part about it is Samoa Joe pulled up. AJ Francis, formerly known as Top Dollar, pulled up. The Usos retweeted it. Rikishi retweeted it. Hurricane shouted it out. Santino Morello, a bunch of wrestlers promoted it. I built relationships, so it was all worth it. But guess what? It's a risk you got to take. If you're not willing to take that risk, then you're never going to know. Therefore, I can say something because I took the risk, and I'm willing to bet on myself a million more times. Y'all know this about me. I do this all the time. But I feel like a lot of people are not willing to take that risk. So then therefore, it's like, then you got to work with what you got. You could complain, you could cry, you could argue, you could yell, you could scream, you could get frustrated, you could go on a rant. Do it yourself. The moment you realize all this shit I was crying and complaining about, I could go ahead and put this shit on the grid myself and see how easy it is, or how hard it is, or how much money I'm going to make, or how much money I'm going to lose. Then at that point, it's like, what are we talking about? Either you're going to do it and be like, niggas was ripping me off, or you're going to do it and be like, know what the fuck them niggas was talking about now. But either way, that once you know, it's no reason. The anger comes from the feeling of not knowing. And my whole thing is also communication got to be better in general. Musa, what up? On both ends, on the league's end and the battle rappers end. That's why I said the transparency is not where it needs to be from both parties. And that's what's going to make, I think we've got to this point that we got to now because we need to incorporate what I just said into the culture. That is the next step, being transparent. So it's no more blogs of, you're ripping this person off, or this person is getting too much money. They won't be able to blog on that no more because we'll know what that person is getting. And then we'll all be able to go, yep, that nigga fucked up the bag. Or yep, them niggas should be giving them more. Because it's at that level. It's not secretive no more. Shit, I'm not in the negotiation room, but I know what half of niggas is getting, or allegedly. So at this point, if it's all going to be out in the open, It should be out in the open in a professional manner. Like I said, you know what James Harden gets, you know what Kevin Durant gets, you know what Kyrie gets, and you know what comes with that deal. You know what endorsements come with that deal. You know how that basketball player could lose that deal. You know how that basketball player can get suspended. You know the rules and regulations of how the NBA is ran and what transpired on doing that. And if you really research, you can find out how that person was able to orchestrate that deal based on their popularity, based on their merch selling, based on their stats. And at that point, nobody could be mad. You could feel some type of way. You could be jealous. You could be envious. You could do whatever. But bottom line, at that point, you know you just got to work harder because they're showing you why this person is getting paid more money. Not I think I'm doing this. Okay, well, you thought you sold these many tickets, but you didn't. This is how many you sold. Or, wow, you sold that many tickets and niggas took a little 10 off. Oh, put that 10 back on. It could go either way. I'm just telling niggas this. I want to do it because I want it to be done right. At the same time, regardless, I'm an artist. I want everybody to feel comfortable at the end of the day. But I'm just saying, if that shit gets unveiled, a lot of people gonna be like, oh, now I can understand why when they offered that nigga the 35 or the 40, the nigga said okay. Because you look at that shit may be, that's what I'm saying. But again, what is this whole blog about, y'all? The risk. That's shit. I've been on both sides, bro. I've been in my 14 years of battle rap. I've been on ups financially. I've been on downs financially, which I did to myself. So I never say a league or anybody did it. When I was gambling, that's on me. I created that. But once again, I've been on both sides of the coin. I have highs where my career was going great. And I never had low lows where I was like, DNA is over. But I had lows where people questioned, do I still got it? Am I still that guy? They got tired of me. I battled too much. I went through it all. But the whole thing is I put it all on the line and risked it myself to get to where I'm at today. How could you see the ticket sales, though? Example, if you want a Hitman card, doesn't mean that's your number. But that's what you're actually right, Body Cam. But I'm saying that's something all of us should be figuring out. At this point, with how much money is coming into this industry, it needs to be a union and it needs to be talks. Like it no longer could just be, okay, phone call, time for a battle. No, it needs to be negotiations, like how they have player and league association meetings, and people should be talking about what they want to make this culture better, and leagues should be talking about what they need from battle rappers, and battle rappers should be telling leagues. It needs to be conventions. Where anything else, there's a convention. There's a set time and place for people to talk about their grievances and figure out what is to do to be productive. Because everything else is not going to make me think you got a problem. If you just coming on the internet complaining about your problem to get views and get attention, you don't really got a problem. If you really got a problem, you're going to try to sit down and figure out how you can fix that problem. And that's the issue with a lot of people. A lot of people don't want to fix problems. They want to blurt out their problems to get, you know what I mean? Shit, I'd be lying if I told you it was some in my life. I've been alive 32 years, 33 in April. It's been a point in time I didn't want to fix a problem. I wanted to let niggas know there was one. I wanted some attention. Like, it happens. But I'm saying on both parties, because now I see it's to the point where URL is like, oh, I'm gonna get in my bag and air out anybody that says our name. I feel that. I'm not knocking it. Rightfully so. Niggas been saying shit for however long they've been saying it. Y'all haven't said nothing. But I'm thinking past that. Like, after that, do we fix the problem or do we still have a problem? We still got a problem. And I'm not telling them how to handle it, just like I'm not telling the people that spread out their grievances on the internet how to handle it. Y'all do whatever y'all do. We all men. Y'all handle things how y'all handle it. I'm saying for the greater good of the culture, this is the solution. And people can chime in on the solution if they got better ideas. But I don't want to come here and just talk about the problem. I want to get to the solution. I feel like the solution is transparency, better communication, a battle rap union. Every 3 months, we should all be getting up as a collective whole what's being better. And that starts with battle rappers too. At some point, we got to turn off that competitive switch of I'm better than this nigga. I want to live better than this nigga. I want more money than this nigga. When it should just be trying to push whatever a nigga got going on to make the whole culture better, whatever that may be. In anything you do, somebody is going to be more popular than you. They're going to make more money than you. They're going to be liked more than you. But we got to put that aside for the greater good of the standing of the culture. And the standing of the culture is in a bad light for a lot of reasons. But one of the reasons are because we never could come together as a whole. we're always thinking about one-upping each other instead of being on the same accord. If we was all on the same accord, this shit would be a lot dangerous across the board. Divide and conquer is one of the easiest tactics to, get people separated. So, that's what I'm saying. Select the artist when you buy tickets. You see what I'm saying? And then it's cool if you come in for one artist, but at least we know, okay, like for instance, let's say, let's do it like this. Let's say I'm a fan and I'm going to a battle rap event. And it's Hitman versus Twerk and Lux versus Nitty. Let's say I want to see all four of them. Boom. I'm going to put all four of them. But that's because I want to see all four of them. But the next person ain't going to want to see all four of them. They might only be a Lux and Nitty fan. But at the end of the day, when you look up all them numbers, I promise you everybody's shit ain't going to be the same. And it's not a survey either. So it's not like, okay, you get to make a survey, so it's a popularity contest. No. When you spend your money, you should be able to decide who you want to see. So this survey only is void once that Cash App, that PayPal, that Zelle, that credit card, that Visa, MasterCard goes through, and then we get to know who's doing that. Same thing when you purchase the pay-per-view. And then you come up with all of that, then you base it on a person's following, like what's their social media following, their engagement. You base it on how many views they average, whether it be on the app, on reactions, whether it be on the caffeine when it was there, whether it be YouTube, and then you factor in their consistency. And however you put the number for each, the bottom number should equal, this is why we think you deserve this. And then from that point forward, you negotiate it. It's work, but it's a lot of work that'll save the trouble from what's going on right now. And then I feel like I said, we should have meetings where we say what we feel like is wrong and vice versa. And we communicate. We're not communicating right now. That's the problem. Everybody's it's a burst of feelings coming from everywhere, which are all valid. Everybody's feelings are valid. I'm not knocking nobody's feelings because I don't know all the situations to know what really happened. Unless you sitting in the room or you on that phone call, you don't know what's really going on. But I'm saying that's not solving the greater goal. And shit, I took the year off. So I'm not battling all 2024. But if we serious about doing this part, I'm with it because I'm for battle rap, whether I'm an active battle rapper or not. So, you know what I mean? You got to know where your calling is. My calling might be doing this, setting it up. I already did my work in the ring. Like, I already solidified that. So this might be my calling right now. Yo, boom. Just put this shit together. Get this shit back right. Get it jumping. You know what I mean? Just be the value, like one of the most valuable tools to getting everybody back on the same accord, or mostly everybody on the same accord. That's how I'm looking at it. But yeah, that's my take on the Joe Budden thing, the long summary of it. You know what I mean? I had to go into detail because I don't feel like it's the comment, like me writing that is the clickbait, but the actual breakdown is everything that I just said. Yo, once again, Briquisha, what's going on? Once again, y'all, rest in peace to Pat Stay. Happy birthday to Pat Stay. His birthday just passed on Sunday, I believe. I was sitting there. I forgot where I was at. I was out of town. I was just thinking to myself, like, damn, I can't even still believe that he's not here. Like, it's still unbelievable to me. It's crazy, man. Blessings to his kids, blessings to his family. Shout out to URL for putting out that battle with him and Real Sick. That was his last URL battle. If y'all have not gone and watched that, please go and watch it. Please share it. Make sure that battle gets 1 million views, y'all. If no other battle gets 1 million views, make sure that Pat Stay battle gets 1 million views, man. As a coacher, I'm going to keep sharing it daily. I didn't do it today. I got to get my one in for the day. I'm going to make sure I share it every day. You know what I mean? You know, a lot of us did our due diligence with donating. I donated, and then I also participated in that event in Canada for Pat Stay that King of the Dot threw last year. So yeah, and that's why I put the Pat Stay battle, because that's what I was going to get into next, Jaden. I feel like I'm not even going to go into, you know, I understand the people that was going at you know, URL wanting the battle to drop. I understand Beasley feeling a certain type of way and responding. I don't knock none of that. I understand people's concerns. I feel like, yeah, certain people could have went about it better. but nonetheless, it's an emotional thing. This is all I want to say. Let's not even talk about that no more because it's out. That's the problem we got too in battle rap. Like, we will take something that's not important and wind up letting that shit overshadow the shit that is important. It doesn't matter why people thought it should have came out sooner, or if they think that the source saying it is why it came out. None of that matters. All that matters is that it's out. And it dropped on YouTube, like everybody asked. And it's there, and it's available for a random person to go watch one of the greatest battle rappers that's no longer here with us in the physical and see it, and it can be promoted on one of the biggest platforms. That's all we should be talking about. Everything else is, we do that a lot though. You know what I mean? And I don't know if it's like me personally, that's why I stepped away from the culture too, because certain things aren't important to people until they go through it. So when you sit there and you can count in the years that you lost your mom did last year, you lost your grandma before that, 5 years before that, you lost your uncle, a year before that, you lost your cousin. At 9, you lost your dad. At 11, you lost your grandfather. A year after that, you lost your great-grandma. When you see all that shit happen and countless amount of friends and all that shit happen, a lot of other shit stops being important. But until you go through the shit that I just said, because some go through it earlier than later, or just the reality of life or the importance of what you could be doing with your time instead of others, until you go through that, you'll never understand that. So therefore, the minuscule shit will allow you to get irritated or agitated, and you'll find yourself doing shit or talking about shit that is irrelevant, that is pointless, because you haven't went through enough shit to change your focus on what the fuck is really important. What should I be giving my energy to? And I feel like collectively as a culture, I can't say what everybody went through. I'm sure it's people that went through worse than me, and I pray for them every day. But it's also two things on how you handle that. Some may go through all these trials and tribulations and get a not give a fuck attitude and go about it more. And if that's the case, then you got to seek therapy, because that shit got to be controlled to positive energy. And I feel like the culture just, a man died, and now we're talking about who's the person that, you know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about? Let's get the battle out. The battle's out? Cool, let's celebrate it. People don't know, every time you tweet about something nonetheless than Pat Stay's performance or the actual link, you're taken away from it. Because now somebody else is going to see your tweet and engage in that conversation, and it's going to take off from the main part of everything, which is the battle being out. My mom died, and there's so many surrounding things that went around that, you couldn't even just pay your respects because I was doing it too. That's why I had to fall back, because I was out of pocket, answering things, responding that shit at certain times when I shouldn't have been, and I should have just been grieving. But that's what battle rapper do to you. You'll get caught up in that. So we gotta work better on that type of shit. Like all of us. That's why I'm taking accountability too. Nobody's exempt. Nobody's in the clear. Even though I really don't, you know what I mean, be in the drama. But at that time period, at first I didn't give a fuck. I didn't even put my mom in the ground yet. And I'm sitting there arguing about shit that's irrelevant. But I knew where I was at with it mentally. So I had to take a step back and realize, okay, this is where my mind is at. And then I understood how other people do it all the time. So that's why I'm not judging. I'm just saying we got to work on it. Because at that point, I didn't care. I was like, yeah, my mom is saying I'm going to say this, I'm going to say that. I really don't give a fuck no more because, boom, but it's really not important. So that's my take on that. Nonetheless, I'm not even going to keep talking about that too much, because the main thing, like I said, is Pat Stay's battle is out. Happy birthday to Pat Stay again. Rest in peace to Pat Stay. I got nothing but I'm sending love and positive energy to his family, to his kids for eternity. I still can't imagine what that feels like for his son or for his wife. But yeah, I'm just happy that we got another way to celebrate him. It came out on his birthday, so everybody share that battle. It's on YouTube right now. I'm gonna mention this every time I go live with y'all, because I want that battle at 1 million views. So all 219 people in there, I'm pretty sure y'all here with me. Y'all went to watch it. But for the ones that didn't, go watch it. If you did watch it, go watch it again. I'm gonna watch it again. You know what I mean? And that's the thing too, right? We're not promoting somebody that's whack. Because that's one thing, right? Rest in peace. But just because people pass, that don't mean that they fired. Like, I'm a realist to that. That means you don't disrespect them because they're no longer here, but that doesn't mean they fired. But Pat Stay was beyond fire. Like, literally, while he was alive, that was one of my favorite battle rappers. You know what I mean? And one of the most difficult battle rapper to beat. He was versatile. So, you know what I mean? I'm being true to what I've been saying. You know what I mean? What I've been saying, which is that nigga is one of the greatest. He deserves his flowers when he was here. I gave it to him. And he deserves even more flowers that he's not here. And you know what I mean? I appreciate everything. Even though I know he had a lot more work to do. I appreciate everything that he brought to the culture and everything that he put in it. So shout out to Pat. One more thing, because we're going to talk about Big K being Coty, because I'm covering everything I ain't covered the last 2 weeks. Tomorrow, I'll be on here talking about what's happening right now. I had to make sure that I covered what I didn't do, because the plan was to go live, you know what I mean, right after I did the blog with Smack, but I didn't. So I'm like, yo, fuck it. Being that time is wasted, that I wasted time by not going live, let me make up for it here. Yo, Shotgun Suge got his new wing sauce out, man. Make sure y'all go tap in with that. I haven't tried it yet. I'm about to order the barbecue. I don't like buffalo, you know what I mean? But that's just me. I'm like halfway, you know what I mean? Not all the way black in that sense. I don't like really spicy things. So, you know what I mean? I'm going to get the barbecue. But for the buffalo people, get that, you know what I mean? I know it's good. My man Shotgun Suge, I done ate with him a lot of times. He's a food connoisseur. So I know he cooked up something real nice, you know what I mean, with this sauce. So make sure y'all go support him. You know what I mean? Damn, do I got the link? Let me see if I got the link. Pause. I'm gonna write it in the chat right now. Tony, what up? Yeah, yo. And that's what I'm saying, y'all. Now I'm gonna start going live every day, because every time I go live on here, y'all hit me with the welcome back. And now I feel like I'm neglecting y'all. You know what I mean? Salute DNA Lux outside waiting on you. No, that man is not. That man's worried about Rum Nitty. And I got some other things to attend to right now. So I will not be battling 2024. Y'all put it right there, y'all. OneWingStraight.com. That's where y'all can go get Shotgun Suge's wing sauce. You know what I mean? Immediately. I'm gonna order the barbecue once I get off it. Y'all order, you know what I mean? Got the buffalo. I think the buffalo might be sold out. You know what I mean? I think the buffalo might be sold out. Make sure y'all go to DNAGMDW.com too. Get your official Get Money and Drink Water merch. You know what I mean? Immediately tap in with that. Yeah, though. DNA versus cannabis? Nah. Respect to the God cannabis. I don't want no smoke. Big K, Coty. Let's get into that, because I'm gonna start doing an hour. I might get on there. I gotta find an actual time. What y'all think before we get into Big K with Coty? What y'all think? Should we do mornings or should we do evenings? What y'all think is better, chat? The great BX Baller. I mean, when you get a DNA battle now, you'll be able to really cherish it. I mean, I kind of spoiled myself and I spoiled y'all. So, you know what I mean? Now, taking my time. Evening, mornings, 5 to 6. 5 to 6 is good. Calculus, what up? 7 to 8, evening. All right, we might do evening, y'all. I'm seeing a lot of evenings. All right, evenings work better than me. I was just trying to see what y'all liked if I had to, switch it around. Am I going to make another appearance on Power? We shall see. Stay tuned. As of now, no, but you never know. You know what I mean? I got a great relationship with them, so you never know. But right now, though, go check out season 3. It just ended. I was a part of episode 5 where Unique died, which we thought at the time, but now he's back. You know what I mean? He's back. You know what I mean? He's back. I'm not clout chasing with the titles. When somebody says go sell a brick and stop begging, that is a diss. Do you know what the word diss means? Come on, my nigga. You're from New York. The word fresh is a New York slang. And 718, I know you from New York. That's a diss. When you tell someone to stop begging, that is a diss. When you tell somebody they're not worth something, that is a diss. That's what that is. I don't know if you know what the word diss means, but that is a diss, brother. But yeah, I already covered that. Okay, that's not a diss to you. To someone else that's a battle rapper, it is a diss. You're not a battle rapper. Salute though. God bless you. Nah, Nicholas, I ain't spoil it. The season is over. Go watch the season. You know what I mean? The season is over. Go watch the season. Who is Breeze? I have no idea. I have no idea. That's a diss in North Carolina, too. That's what I'm saying. Anytime you say somebody's begging, they're not worth the money they're asking for, and they should go sell a brick. I don't know. That doesn't sound too polite to me. But, hey, what do I know? Now that we got that out the way, though, y'all, Big K Champion of the Year. Congratulations to Big K. First and foremost, that's what I want to say. Congratulations. Niggas said niggas be talking about spoilers in the off season. That's what I'm saying. I waited until, you know what I mean, it's off. It's the off season now. But shout out to Big K for winning Champion of the Year, man. Well deserved. Had a phenomenal 2023. All this stuff that I'm touching on, y'all, is old. So I'm you know what I mean? I'm just making sure I cover all my grounds before I go, you know what I mean, to other topics. Shout out to Twerk being 2. Because, you know what I mean, Twerk, it could have even went either way. Both of them deserved to be Champion of the Year. Chef Trez had a phenomenal breakout year because he's already been that guy. But him coming back, you know what I mean, for his resurgence was a fire year. I do feel like Tay-Rock should have been in the top 5. I do feel like Tay-Rock should have been in the top 5. I'm going to be honest with y'all. That part of him being number 7, I think he should have been a little higher than that. I'm going to be honest. Yeah, Rock was at 7. You know what I mean? I do feel like Tay-Rock should have been higher. I feel like Nitty maybe should have been higher than Geechee. I'm not. The 20 is solid. The 20 is solid. I think everybody that was in the 20, I think they got that all the way right. I think every battle rapper that was in the top 20 deserved to be in there last year from what I remember because they did phenomenal, all of them. Also, shout out to the woman. Shout out to Hustle. Shout out to Jazz. Shout out to Coffee. All 3 of them being in the top 20 was fire. All 3 of them being in the top 20 was actually phenomenal. They all had great years. Shout out to them. And shout out to Jay Black. Because I seen John, and this is what I will touch on. And then I'm going to get to the youngest comment. Because I see everything. I don't like to duck no questions. I see everything. I like what John said. Until somebody else is taking their time out, putting their money up, setting up their cameras, flying people out, getting belts made, you got to lay off on the criticism because that goes back to what I said earlier. Take the risk. If you feel like you could do something better than Champion, do it. It's easy to type, they got the list wrong. What are they doing? That shit is whack. That shit is trash. What are they? Then do it. Come on. Because we all know with any list, nobody's ever going to be happy. This is all subjective. Even in the NBA, 4 niggas put up 30. They'll give it to this person because they feel like he carried his team more. All of it is subjective. Awards are subjective. That's why when you see a lot of people that have either won a lot of awards or they've been nominated for a lot of awards, you're just happy to be nominated. You know why? Because when you're nominated, that is a fact. Whoever wins the award is an opinion and subjective, but the nomination means you're being thought about. That's the illest part. The illest part is when you're being thought about. So if you're consecutively thought about, that's a good thing. Now, are they going to get it right and give it to you? Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's blatant. Last year, I actually feel like Champion of the Year could have went every way. And Big K or Twerk could have got it. So I feel like at the beginning of the year, Easy was on it, but Big K never had a battle like he had with Geechee. So I understand why that was the difference maker. But last year's could have went either way to Big K or Twerk. So therefore, we should not be mad at the winner. Not gonna lie, I thought you was on a panel. Up until my mom passed in September, at the end of September. And when you do champion of the year, you gotta watch all the battles. I wasn't in battle mode to be watching, and I don't mean it in no disrespect. I'm just saying I lost my mom, so I wasn't really trying to, you know what I mean, watch battles or do none of that. That's why I took a step away. So had that not happened, I absolutely would have been on the panel. But that's something I'm still, you know what I mean, getting over. Well, I'm never gonna get over it. It's something I'm trying to find peace with and cope with. So that's why. And as far as Giannis, shout out to Giannis being rookie of the year, man. He deserves that. He deserves that. Shout out to Giannis, man. I trolled him a lot. I fucked with him. But the kid is talented. Him and Hanzu, that was a great battle last year. And then what he did with Klutz really made me be like, okay, I see what you're doing. Yeah, he was planning to have DNA on the panel for sure. For sure. Giannis, though, well, I mean, it's possible when I come back, I'll battle. It's possible. But that wouldn't be my first one back, though. And we'll have to see, you know what I mean, how he keeps climbing the ranks. Because right now, competition-wise, it's good competition, yeah. But, like, being that I'm taking a year off, whenever I do decide to come back, it got to be something that's going to make people be like, yeah, he's back. And right now, no disrespect to his talent, but his name, he got to, you know what I mean? He got to build that up. EB, you know, they said upset of the year. I like the word upset first. I don't like body of the year. You know what I mean? I think they would have caught. They did have body of the year. I wasn't body of the year with Jerry. He got upset. It was an upset. You know what I mean? It wasn't a body. Go watch it back. You know what I mean? Now I'm fucking with you. Shout out to Jerry. I did watch it back though. But yeah, shout out to Jerry though. I felt like it was rightfully deserved because all upset means was that's a good thing for me. That means when people went into the battle, it was nobody thinking I was going to lose. So shit, that means y'all thought highly of me. So I can't be mad at that at all. You know what I mean? And I put out a tweet. You know what I mean? I always show Jerry love because in real life, that's my guy. And we always had a good rapport. So I tweeted, fuck you, but congrats. But, you know, it was really all congrats, man. I'm a team player, man. I'm a student of the game. I'm a good sports. You know what I mean? Win or lose, man, as long as it pushes the culture forward. I'm actually upset that we haven't seen Jerry since that battle with me because I feel like now, you know what I mean, the momentum that he had kind of got taken away because, you know what I mean, we ain't see him. You and John could have won body of the year with Foot Soldiers. You versus Big K or versus Easy for a comeback is a good one. Well, no, I'm not even in battle mode. I haven't wrote a battle rhyme. I haven't thought of a battle bar. None of that. So, yeah. He just tweeted that he signed a big battle. Shit, I want to see what it is, man. You know what I mean? Hopefully it's Jerry and Rock. That's the one I want. That's what I thought should have been next for him. You know what I mean? Going there with the two most consistent. That'll be something special. But yo, I'm gonna get off here. But tomorrow we back, y'all. We gonna come, whatever's going on, we gonna talk about it tomorrow. We gonna talk about other shit. I'm gonna talk about everything I got going on. Make sure y'all tap in. Everybody in here, make sure y'all go to DNAGMDW.com right now to get your official Get Money and Drink Water merch if you have not got it already. If you check out with Shopify, pay installments, you could get my merch today and pay for it later. That's like one of the illest things on the website. And Black Mario, I got it. Actually got Marvel vs. Capcom 2. You just can't see it. And I got WrestleMania here too. WrestleMania Arcade. See? And Street Fighter and Blitz, Mortal Kombat there. But the Marvels on this side. So yeah. I'm going to tap in with y'all tomorrow though, y'all.